Okay, perfect. So the whole purpose of our of the training today is to make sure that your presence online shows up, stands out. There's so much competition out there, so we want to make sure that when someone either Googles you or looks you up, or happens to click on any of your profiles, that they're complete. I don't know how many profiles you guys have out there, but you should be on as many sites as possible. So we're going to go over that. So the first thing you want to make sure that you do is you want to build a competitive profile. And by that, what does that mean as an agent? Well, again, remember, when a consumer is online searching, they're looking through, they have access to look at, whoever's profile's there. And if you look, and I actually did go on and I did look at a lot of different profiles, and from different states as well, because sometimes when I'm looking for an agent to refer a client to, I will also go on those profiles and check to see, and a lot of them are incomplete, or a lot of them have links that don't work, or a lot of them are outdated. Maybe even phone numbers are with a different company. I mean, just a lot of things aren't accurate. So it's important to always make sure that you are on top of it and that they are updated. So when you're completing your profile, and the beauty about it, just so you guys know, is once you do one profile, you can pretty much copy and paste to everything else. So you're really going to spend the time on one and then just, copy and paste to the others. So first of all, it's important, obviously, to demonstrate your sales. If especially if you're doing really well, you definitely want, your sales to stand out. That's important, because people want to work with people who are selling. So that's extremely important to definitely showcase those things. The other thing is, make sure that you have an updated headshot. Your pictures look nice. It's not just, a picture, of you in your car, or a selfie. Again, the amount of things that, the time and the money that you invest in yourself and in your business, that portrays, and especially, online, because they don't get to meet you if they don't like how you look, unfortunately. So smile, smile and capture. You want to capture. Advertising markets. The strength of your profile is relative to the market in which you appear. So if your profile is stronger than your competition, just like I said, then you're going to have a greater chance of, having more success. So again, you want to stand out, and there's nothing wrong with you taking a look to see who your competition is and how, what do they have, so that way you can, make sure yours is a little bit different, or, a little bit better. Reviews are huge. You definitely want to have reviews, because again, people want to work with people who are likable, who have had good experiences, who have had good things to say about that. So it's all about connection. If someone writes something where, she helped us where we didn't think we could buy, and she did this and she did that, or whatever, it's like, if they're reading, it's like, oh my gosh, that's our situation. It's relatable. So again, they're more likely to use you. So that reviews are really, really important. And then creating, obviously, your professional bio. Your bio is something that only you can do. You have to really sit there, take the time, and really think about, if you were a consumer, how would what facts are important for you to grasp, your audience? What type of audience are you looking for? So you want to make sure that, you're highlighting all your specialties. Maybe you're a first-time home buyer, maybe you're great at short sales, maybe you're, foreclosure, whatever it is, listing properties, you do, senior communities, whatever it is that you want to focus on, that's where you should, highlight your specialty. And then obviously your credentials, any accomplishments, and any type of memberships you are. And Jessica, I'm going to ask you for a favor. If you can be my monitor of the messages that come in, please, because I can't get to them. If you can tell me when someone has a question, please. Okay, and then the next thing is, so this is just a sample bio ideas. So again, you can always go online and you can compare and kind of see. Everyone's are different. There's really no one that has, like, because again, it comes from you, unique, your own uniqueness in yourself. So you can't really copy someone else's, because, I mean, you can get ideas and maybe say, oh, that's wording I like, or maybe I want to structure it in that manner. but it's really hard to just go and copy somebody's. You want to be able to, you know, you're a unique person, so you want to highlight what's unique about you. So some of the ideas would be your specialties. Again, in this section, you're going to list your real estate services that you provide to your customers. You know, do you serve the buyers? Do you serve sellers? Do you do both? Whatever it is you specialize, that's what you want to highlight. You know, expertise, you know, list your skills, your knowledge, differentiate yourself from the competition, because you want to make sure that, again, that when the consumer's reading it, they know. You can't assume, well, once they click on me, I'll let them know. Well, if they don't click on you, they won't know. So you want to give them, you know, something to, you know, to be enticed to click on you. And same thing again, going over the credentials, you know, your years of experience, you know, all of that is important. And then if you're new, then maybe obviously you're going to leave that out, and then you're just going to write other things to, you know, to accommodate something like that. Your accomplishments are huge. You know, what have you accomplished? What have you done for the community? Maybe, you know, different things like that. What organizations are you involved in? Especially if you're like, let's just
Excuse
say you
me,
want to
can
hire.
you mute everybody because the sound of everybody's noises?
Okay.
Please,
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay. Is everybody muted? Yes, right? Okay. This thing is just, okay. Okay. And so then the next thing is the one of the important things, if you ask me, is reviews. Reviews, I'm sorry, hold on a second. My computer keeps acting like it wants to do its own thing. Hold on real fast. I need to get my mouse real fast. Hold on really quick. It's driving me crazy. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the important thing is reviews. Reviews, and I can't stress how important reviews are. And nowadays, you can do video reviews, which are awesome. This past weekend, I actually, one of my agents and myself worked on a transaction together, and we had asked our client. She got the notice that she had gotten her, you know, we closed escrow on Friday. So I had asked her if she would mind going live on Saturday morning to go over her experience, because she was one of our first buyers that decided to buy right when this took place. She didn't view her property at all. And she had even no desire to view it, which was very, very surprising, because even when we were able to go in and view it, she didn't want to. She said, no, it's okay. I don't want to go view it. And I said, no, it's important that you view it, because we just want to make sure that it is in fact the home that you want. So we wanted her to talk about her story online, you know, live. And so I kind of gave her 3 questions that we were going to ask her, and just about her experience and what she would have to share. And she agreed. I mean, not all buyers are going to be open to it, but definitely ask. You know, you don't know unless you ask. So we asked her, and she said, yeah, she was totally excited about it. And so anyhow, just so you know, we did do it, and we did get people message us, you know, with questions. And then she actually also shared it on her page. So she sent us a referral as well, of one of her friends that is interested in also getting pre-approved and buying. So you just never know what is possible unless you try. So the reviews, and then having, you know, people connect with that person, emotion is so, so important. So again, people are scared to ask for reviews. I don't know why, but I think a lot of times we don't feel maybe we deserve a review, or maybe we feel we should have done something extra and we didn't, or maybe it's too late and now it's like, how do I go back and ask for it? So all of those things are really, really important. So number one, always make sure that you're doing a great job, because of course the review is like money in the bank, is what you should, how you should look at it. So, you know, right now, all buyers and sellers, when they're looking on your profiles, they're looking at your reviews. They're trying to see, you know, what is it like working with you? And if you don't have any reviews, then there's no way for them to tell. So that's important. And like I said, don't be afraid to ask for them. It's easier for you to ask a satisfied client for a review than to ask a prospective client to work for you. So just think about that. And it's so true. So most clients will be happy to help you out because they're excited. And you can ask for reviews at, you know, at different times. So ask for as many as possible. I know that there's glitches with, because I used to always send all my reviews to Zillow because I thought that was the only place that, that they would show up. So I would always send people there, but then I would notice that it wouldn't show up. And then, so I would go back and say, oh, I thought you said you did a review for me or whatever. And they're like, oh, I did. And so I was noticing that not everything was getting posted on there. And so I even did a review with one of my clients. I did it and I helped her and it didn't get posted either. So I don't know how they pick and choose or how they go about that. So I started, opening up other resources or places to send it, because I thought, why am I going to put all my eggs in one basket and they're deciding if they want to, post it or not? And I don't want that to happen. So that's important to make sure, so when to ask for a review. So request reviews, obviously you can request them at any time. So, during your final doc signing, why at those times? Because they're excited. They're, it's an emotional process. So at that time, they're like, oh my God, thank you so much for your help. And we can't wait to get our keys. And, that during that moment is when you should be asking. And a lot of times they're like, I don't know how I'm going to repay you, all these things. So all you have to tell them is, what, all I ask is that, if you can please write a review about your, how, your transaction was with me. And also, refer anyone else that you believe that deserves to have the same, treatment and stuff like that. And usually they're excited. They're like, oh yeah, no problem. And again, their excitement shows to whoever they're around. So if they're at work, they're excited. Oh my gosh, this and this happened. And then also if they're not excited and if they're upset with you because you're not returning their calls or you're not doing what you said you were going to do, that's also a problem. So just remember that they are your walking billboard, especially when you're in a transaction with them. So that is your time to shine, because not everybody's there to shine. They're there, you're in a transaction and you're just focused on, getting the paycheck at the end. You have the wrong mentality. You should be looking at it. This is, you're planting a seed that you want to grow. So, look at it from that perspective. And don't be shy either about asking for the review, especially if you did a great job. Don't be shy. And a lot of times too, like for past clients, you'll have a higher probability of success if you reach out to them. So even right now, if after you do this and you're like, man, I want to go back and ask other people, right now is a great time for you to reach out to them, send them stuff of value. And how are you doing? And you can just, as they engage with you, you can just tell them, what, I noticed that right now there's so many people that are afraid, they're fearful. And, I want to be able to for them to know what type of agent I am and how I work, and I noticed that I didn't ask you for a review, back then, but now I'm realizing that if you don't mind doing it now, it would really help me out, because I can be able to share, my, experience, my knowledge, and blah, blah, blah. So you can still go back and ask, but again, you just don't want to ask and say, hey, what's up? Can you do a review for me? I mean, that's not the right way to go about it, so you just have to learn how to, get back in, engage, and start talking and make it flow. And then also you can offer clients, incentives, and provide them something of value. Like what I've done in the past is I'll do some type of gift card giveaway or something. It's like, do a review for every site, because I have like 5 different sites I send them to. So it's like for every site, all you have to do is copy and paste, but for every site that you put it on, you get, so many points. And then at the end, I'm going to, pick so many people and send a gift card. And that helps. People are, obviously people are motivated by free things. So that's another way that you guys can engage with your past clients as well. So the one thing is you definitely want to make it easy. You want to make it easy for them. And by saying that is because, again, if you tell them, oh, do a review for me. Okay, so how do I do that? Where do I go about that? What do I write? Like, they have no clue. So again, this is part of your, your closing process. So what I did was, if you see to the right-hand side, I created on Photify just a simple picture, and it just says, it was a pleasure. I have to move this. I can't read it right now, to be honest, because my screen is covering it, but let me see if I can get it on my phone real fast. So basically it just says, It was my honor to assist you with your real estate needs. I truly appreciate your business and would love to hear about your experience. Seeing glowing reviews from my clients makes others more comfortable knowing they will get the service they deserve. So I send this first, and then in my notes, I have the review links. So this is the notes. I screenshot that so you guys could see that these are my links to where I want them to send my reviews. So, and again, all they have to do is copy and paste. So it makes it very simple for them. All they do is click each link, write the review one time, and then they can copy and paste to each link. So the reason I give them multiple links, I appreciate if they would do them on all of them, but not everybody has Facebook, not everybody has a Yelp account. So just depending upon, you know, what they have, but I do send them my Facebook, my personal business. I send them my Facebook company our company page as well. And I send my Zillow profile, my Yelp account, and my Google, because again, Google is also important too. So those are the links that I have. So I have profiles in every single one of those places. So that's important, like I was mentioning, for you to have your profiles complete, because the more complete they are, then it's easier to access. And we'll go through that in a short bit. But also the consumers find it difficult for them to even like, what do I write? What do I say? So what I usually do is when I'm doing my walkthrough or when I'm handing keys, that's usually the time when I start talking about reviews. I kind of start engaging with them, and like I said, they're excited. So I let them know, you know what, would you mind doing a review for me? Especially if I know that they're not tech savvy. And they're like, well, how do I do that? And I say, well, let me see your phone. Do you have Yelp? And they're like, oh yeah, I have Yelp, or oh no, I'm not on Facebook, or this or that, or what have you. Then I'll just tell them, tell me a little bit about how your experience was. And then I'll talk about, remember, you originally came and you had said this, and you had told me that this was something that you were up against and you couldn't believe I was able to help you with that. And they're like, oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, so then let's write about that. So then we would just write, Sonia helped me do this, where I thought I wasn't going to ever be able to do this. And, did you feel I answered all your calls? Was I always available to you? Yes. Okay, great. Sonia's easily accessible, blah, 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 blah. They review it, and then they sign it. So again, you're building that relationship with them during the transaction, so you're comfortable enough to talk to them and have that conversation. I know, because I've been in certain transactions before where I don't even want to talk to the person after, and that's okay, because they're difficult. There are difficult transactions, but for the most part, I'm loving, each time, and I'm making each conversation worthwhile, and, making them, remember what we talked about and stuff like that. So again, make that important, so that way you can always jog their memory, so that way they remember when it comes to writing the review for you. So that's that. And then let's see. And then the other important thing is to reply to your reviews. So this is something that I am not good at, because sometimes when I see that, I don't even get the notification of the review, and then it's already late, and I kind of feel like, oh man, it's been weeks or months. And so I have to figure out a better way how to do this, because I don't get the notifications. But I think it is important to always reply to all the reviews, good, bad, or neutral. I've never, knock on wood, had a bad review. I had one person say she never called me back, and I don't know who that person was. So when I happened to look through it, I did respond, and I said, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. Please, give me a number and I'll call you. I don't know who you are. So I don't know who that person was. There was no like information or anything about their name. Their screen name was, I don't even know. So it was not someone I believe I spoke to, but yeah, I did respond, to that. But I was reviewing, and I did see that it is important to respond, because it's, your opportunity to say thank you. And it also is, for you to engage. And a lot of times people, respond to that as well, to see, oh, wow, she does care about what people think about her and stuff like that. So I think that's important. The next thing is syndicate your reviews. Some sites will allow you to do that. So, I know I had given a training before, like on Cloud CMA. And so if you do your CMAs, it allows you to take your Zillow reviews into that. So that way, each time you prepare a CMA, your clients would be able to see your reviews. So that's kind of nice. So there are certain different, there are different sites that are going to allow you to do that. So wherever you're able to, definitely take, you know, full advantage and do that. That's neat because it's easy for them. Um, and the next thing that's important is, where do you want your business to come from? And so the thing is you want to focus on where you want your future business to come from. See, a lot of times, again, we're just in a transaction. We're not thinking any further ahead. We just want to get it closed so we can get paid. That's all we're thinking about. But again, that's, you're cheating yourself. You really, really are. So again, before approaching your clients for a review, think about, you know, what kind of business do you want? So like an example, if you want to work only with home buyers, then focus on getting your reviews from the, you know, the buyers that you helped, you know, and maybe, you know, specify where they bought, what city, if you're looking to be in a certain area. If you're not, then you can leave those things out. But if you are trying to focus on, I just want to sell in Claremont, I just want to sell in Claremont, so then you can always highlight anytime you have sold to a buyer in that city, or a seller in that, you know, in that you sold in that city, or whatever it is. So if you want more listings in a certain neighborhood, then obviously just make sure you highlight what it is, because then when they're looking through your reviews, they're going to say, oh, this is what her specialty is. This is where she's at, and stuff like that. So again, you do have more of a strategic, you know, point of view for your reviews, opposed to just write it out there and I don't really care. Just send me that you liked me. That's all that matters. But again, a lot of times they're going to tell you, help me write it because I don't know what to say. And then that's when you need to come in and put on your thinking cap, and what do I want to get from this? And again, don't be afraid to guide your client toward the type of review you want. As long as obviously you're being honest and it's accurate, they'll have no problem, you know, writing it for you. So real estate sites, which ones should you be on? Which real estate website should you be on? So what I did was I Googled and I was taking a look, and this is honestly, RE/MAX, believe it or not, is in the top 10 real estate websites that are searched. So when you search, when a consumer goes on and says, I want to buy a house or I want to sell a house, these are the top searched websites. So people go to Google, RE/MAX, Realtor.com, Redfin, Zillow, which is Trulia, Movato. So these are the sites where you definitely want your profiles on. So if you're just on Zillow, you need to be obviously on Trulia, because I think they go hand in hand. And then create a link on Realtor.com, create a Google, make sure you're on Google, because people Google real estate. So again, you want to be able to show up. So make sure that you are on every single site. So I'm going to show you really quick. So let's take a look. I'm going to show you my profile on my Zillow account, and I'm going to show you why it's important to confirm that all your links are active and all your information is up to date. Okay, so let's go here. Hold on a second. Okay. Can you guys see everything there? Oh, I can't see you, so I hope you can. Let's see, hold on really quick. I'm gonna make sure. Okay, so, okay, perfect. I want to make sure you guys can see it. Okay, so if this is from a consumer's standpoint, this is what it looks like. So here is my bio, and basically it just talks about, you know, how long I've been in real estate, and you guys are all welcome to go check it out when you have time. You guys are, you know, you can do that. It shows you, you know, your obviously your areas of where your activity's been. Now, having it complete, you make sure that it syncs to all your listings, and then obviously all your past sales. You want to make sure that all your past sales are on there, so that way you know, it shows that you're an active agent, that you're selling, and that, you know, it shows the cities that you're in as well. So when I go down here, a lot of agents don't know, but on your Zillow, you can put a video. So you can put a video, which again is important because by putting this video, it tells a little bit about you. So if someone clicks on my link, they're going to read my bio, they're going to see my activity. Okay, so she works at Remax Champions. And then here, your websites. And when I was telling you, you want to make sure that these links are functioning because people do click on them. So the first one, instead of website, what I did is I put it to my Instagram. So, and the reason why is because on my Instagram, I have another link where I send, you know, the different people to. So this is my Instagram, you know, showing this so they can find me there. Here's more reviews. So if they want, they can click here for reviews. I even have video reviews. So here, you know, here goes over my awards. So here tells a little bit more about me. And then if I click on the link tree, which is, it cost me $6 a month to have this link that I put on my Instagram. If a client wants to know what their home's worth, then I have a landing page here. So if they click on this, then they're going to be taken to here where it says, what's my home worth? All they need to do is punch in their address, and then I get notified that I have a lead. So that's how that works there. Real estate goals. And then this is just a video that I have. It takes them to my YouTube and it talks about what my goals are. Okay. So let me see. Okay, all right. And then here's real reviews. So then this takes them back to my Zillow account, or I'm sorry, I have this to my Yelp account because they just came from Zillow. So this is my Yelp account. And then again, it's important to make sure that everything is completed. And they always recommend that you upload photos. So I upload a lot of photos of me with my clients, of different things that I do, the experiences with my clients, because it's important for people to say, oh my gosh, I want to do this, or I want to learn this, or I want to be involved somehow, you know, with this person. You want them to want to work with you. So again, everything that they click on, there's some, you know, some value in whatever it is. Everything is filled out. There's not something that's half done. So the links down here, if you can see them, here's my Facebook. I have a Twitter. Again, there's Instagram, there's my YouTube channel, and then Pinterest, and then here if they just want to email me. So if they click any of those links, I'm easily accessible. So again, you want to make it easy for them to be able to find you. So then again here too, if they decide they want to go to my Facebook, they can go here to my Facebook. If they decide they want to go to my Twitter, then again, they just click on there and then they go there. So again, depending upon what that client uses, what form of social media uses, I'm trying to be available so that way, whatever platform that they're comfortable with, they'll be able to find me. So that's the key. So then again, here's a video that you can again upload, and you can decide to put whatever video you want to put on there that tells a little bit about you. So if you go here to your agent hub, this is where you're going to go in. So you're going to go to profile, and this is where you're going to change all of your information. So you can decide if you want to edit, and then what you want to edit, and then, you know, if you want to request a review, if you want to share your profile, whatever it is you want to do. But if you notice, it says my profile is complete, 100%. So that's what you want. You want to complete your profile 100%. And then, like I said, there's even other things that you can do to get leads without paying for leads on Zillow. I mean, you won't get as many, obviously, as if you were paying, but you do still get leads if your profile is complete, and if you are doing what you can to maximize your listings on Zillow as well. So that actually helps. So that's one thing there. So let me go back here. And then let me show you here. So again, we'll go back to the Yelp. To me, if you don't have a Yelp, I recommend that you get one. I know some people have say, oh, you know, it's not, you know, they do bad stuff or whatever, or they give bad reviews and they stay there. You know what? As long as you're doing your job right and you're doing the right thing, you should have nothing to worry about. And it's okay if you get a bad review. Not all restaurants that you go to are 5 stars. So it's okay. If someone didn't like you, then again, just respond to them in a kindly manner and say, you know what, I apologize that the experience, happened, blah, blah, blah. But, I was able to make it better, or what can I do to make it better, or something like that. I mean, just depending on whatever the situation is. But you definitely, again, want to make sure that all your information is filled out correctly, and then they have a way to reach you. Again, all I did was save my same bio from each one and going down. And again, just showing, the different reviews. And this particular client, and she did it on her own, she posted the picture that I took of her and her family on the review. So that was, that was nice of her. She didn't have to do that. But again, that shows, that she appreciated that photo that I took of them, once they got their keys. So
I'm going to interrupt you, Sonia.
okay.
Carrie said, that's awesome, Sonia. Did you have someone professional help you with these sites you can refer?
Yeah, her name's Sonia. No. You know what? This has been, I mean, obviously you guys know I've been in real estate for a long time. So this has just been something over the years that I've done and just worked on and worked on and worked on. It takes time, and I'm not gonna lie, but that's why I'm telling you how to do it without having to like really, really spend a lot of time doing it. So just do one. Okay, focus on one. It's like when you're cleaning your house. Do one room. When you're going from one room to the next room, you feel like you're never gonna be done. So focus on one room. I mean, one profile. Focus on one profile, complete it. And I think what takes the longest time is your links. Make sure you also do the same thing. Just like I saved my review links in my notes, I also have my links to all of my different social medias. So that way, when it asks me, oh, do you have social media? What's your links? I just go and grab them. They're in one place. So it's important to be organized. So, but I didn't pay anybody. It's just, like I said, it's just something that there's days where I have downtime. Yes, I do have downtime. And I just was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to spend time on this. I'm going to focus a little bit on this today. So it is time consuming, but you just have to make the time for it. Or
Okay,
I know there is people that you can probably pay though.
And then
Go ahead,
one
I'm
more
sorry.
question from Ada Torres. She said, so how do you put the video on Zillow?
Okay, so let me go back there really quick. So on Zillow, you're going to do, again, agent profile or profile. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And then you're going to go edit. And bear with me because my computer has been acting up and I don't know if it's going to let me do it right now. But okay, so what you would do is you're going to go to edit. And then when edit comes, it's going to ask you, do you want to edit your about me, which is this information, or do you want to edit your contact information? So you're going to find, there's only 3 buttons. So you're going to find where the video is. And I believe it is, I think it's profile. So it's going to be profile. And then you just scroll down and then it's going to have where it's going to say YouTube video. And then there's a place where you copy and paste it. And then you just paste it there and save it. So it's really simple. So it's really, and it also asks you for your websites, your different links to your social media as well, all there. It's like I said, it's pretty easy to do.
Can I add something or ask something?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have to have an account with Zillow and currently be, under contract with them to be able to take advantage of this Zillow page and website?
No. It's free. No.
It's free.
Now, you don't, right. So if you want to pay, then obviously you can. But the only difference is the leads are funneled to you for whatever zip code you pay for.
Right.
But if you don't pay, your profile's free. So you just go to Zillow.com and you put that you're a realtor and that you want to create a profile. And that is with all of them, with Realtor.com, with the Movado, with all of them. It's all free. So you just go in there, but you have to upload your information so that way they have your information.
Excellent.
Um,
Thank you.
You're welcome. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was what social media sites should you be on? Because consumers, again, sometimes they're not even getting as far as going to Zillow or to, realtor.com or Google or whatever. They're not actually even going that far because everybody's already on social media. So they don't leave it if they get what they need. So looking at this is where the active users are per platform. So as of March 2020, these are the most popular social platforms by active users. So Facebook, and to me it was surprising because I had heard that it was Instagram, and it shows that Instagram is less than half of what Facebook users is. So Facebook is right now where everybody's at. They're on Facebook. So that's why Facebook ads are popular. And definitely you want to market on Facebook as much as possible. So why is your profile again on Facebook important? And not some, a lot of people have personal and they have their business. And you know what, I think everybody struggles with, should I have a personal, should I have two? It's so much. And so the important thing is to link as much together as possible, because that obviously makes it easier for you. There are sites you can pay. I know Hootsuite is one of them. I know, like, if you do stuff on Photify, like we had talked about before, you can schedule for, your postings to post to different, channels as well. But the thing is obviously there's nothing wrong with having a personal, because everybody understands you have a personal life and you're not just a realtor and that's just it. But you don't want to come off as trashy either. Everyone likes to have a good time. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's all in good taste. It's all in good taste. If people see that, gosh, this chick is always forever, wasting time doing this. Do I want my agent to be, partying all the time? Probably not. Do I want my agent, but like I said, there's nothing wrong with, hey, I went out last night, I had a good time, but okay, you know what? That was your time. But again, just be mindful of what you're posting, because you also connect with people who like the same things as you. So there's nothing wrong with showing that you're a mom, that you like to, work out, or you like to jog, or you do like margaritas. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just do it what do they say? The word's not coming to my mind, but do it responsibly, that, not, oh, hey, I'm drinking margaritas and I'm, I could drive 50 miles an hour, in the school zone. No, be smart, but again, share important things, and people want to see, that you're a real person. But one of the biggest things, and I tell the agents, is don't post, hi, I'm an agent. Hi, I'm an agent. Hi, I'm an agent. It's like, we know you're an agent. So post other things of value, tell me something that's going to want me to engage with you. Not that you're an agent, not that you can sell my home, and not that I can buy a home with you. I get that. So why would I want to work with you? Why should I reach out to you? So it's all free advertisement. So let's go on to the next one. So again, like I was mentioning, you want to link your sites. Okay. And when I say that is, and I'm sure you guys are familiar, when you go in to your, to your Instagram, when you're going to post something, it asks you, do you want to hook it up to, do you want to send it instantly to Facebook? You can do it to Twitter. You could do it to Tumblr. Those are instantly. So you definitely want to set up the ones that you use. So set them up so that way, boom, automatic. So every time we post on our, like Jessica does all of our posting for our Chino Champions page, she posts it on our Instagram, and it automatically goes to our Facebook as well. So our Facebook business page. So she's not having to do double the work. It goes. Same thing on my business page for Instagram. I have it set up where it goes to my Twitter and also to my Facebook. So that way, again, it's duplicated stuff. It's the same thing wherever you go, but it's all consistent. And it shows that I'm constantly on, because there's nothing like saying someone's looking you up and they happen to find your business page on Facebook, and they're like, oh, this girl hasn't posted for like 2 years or 6 months. That doesn't look good. So if you're going to have a site, you have to be active on your site. So make sure that you are doing those things, so that way you guys stay active on those sites. Now, as I was mentioning for Instagram, you have the ability to, and I'll go back to that real quick. You
Wait.
have the, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Lupe has a question, I think, right?
Yes, I do. These sites, when you, because I'm taking notes here, when you
Yes.
post on Instagram and it goes to your, it shares it with your Facebook and your Twitter, are these all business sites or business accounts, or does it matter?
Mine are all business.
Okay.
Yeah, mine are all business. I don't know if you follow, like, pretty much what we do, but everything is business. And it's not, again, the business is giving, it's giving, like, not, again, it's giving educational stuff. It's giving more like, or you're sharing experiences, you're telling stories about, different transactions that you're working in. I tell the agents in my office all the time, I don't want to see anything that I'm a realtor, use me. Do not, please don't do that. And so I show them, like, look, we come up with different content for them to share, and they are surprised at the feedback they get back. I said, you'll get more people to reach out to you if you give them something, a reason to reach out. And like I've told people before, it's kind of like anything. If someone's showing you too much, if they're overselling themselves, why? You automatically back up. So again, when they're giving you just a little bit of what you might be interested in, then you tend to reach out a little bit more because you want more. So again, that's kind of the, how you want to come across. You don't want to be like, too much, because then people are not going to want to follow you. It's just too much. And I do recommend doing video. Video is a way for people to see who you are. They get to see, how, if you're, people are people, they want to work with people who are like them, or people who they feel are likable. So, and don't be afraid, oh, I didn't do my hair today, I didn't do my makeup today. I used to be like that. I don't even care anymore. It's like, I'm getting old. It is what it is. So I don't care anymore. But really quick, I wanted to show you guys this real quick. Let me go back. I'm going to go back to my,
one more question, and they're similar.
Okay, go ahead.
So I wanted to ask, do you always have a personal and business page, and do you recommend it?
Only if you can keep up with, you have to ask yourself, what's the point of having the personal? Are you, because I do have both. I have a personal, obviously I have a personal page on Facebook, but I don't really get very personal. I do post pictures of my family. I do post pictures of, us, when we're on vacations. Because again, people relate to that and they reach out to you. It's funny, they say you get busier when you go on vacation, and that's a fact. It is true, because people are engaging with you because they're like, oh my God, that's beautiful. Where is that at? And then you start talking, and then again, you build relationships. So maybe not at that moment, they're not going to say, hey, I see you're in, Mexico. Do you want to sell my house? No, it doesn't work like that. Although that has happened, but that's not the goal. So what happens is people are like, oh, she likes to visit the places I like to visit, or she likes this, what I like. So again, it's like, and then they see the next thing that I post is, oh, you know what, this is what's going on in the market, or this is, I just had a client that did this, or I just sold a home over here, or whatever, whatever it is. So then now they're like, oh my gosh, so they start following you more and more because you're leading them down a path, and you don't even know it, to be honest. And you don't know who's really following you. So that's why just be you. And but again, if you're going to do the personal on Instagram, because I think on Facebook you have to have a personal to have a business. You can't just have one or the other. But like on Instagram you don't. But I had the personal first. So that's kind of why I just didn't want to get rid of all the pictures. But I'm not as active on it. I am active, but not as active. And I pretty much have the same followers. So it's just, I don't like to duplicate too much stuff. If that helps.
Then,
share to your stories though. Stories are good. People like stories, sharing on your stories more than even your timeline, because that's what people are looking at.
And then do
what?
you advise to create a business Google account instead of a regular account that contains your regular realtor information?
Yeah, your Google should be business. Google should be, you know, your ex realtor at wherever you're at. So if you know you I know if you Google, like, let's just, because what it is it's more for the area is where I see that comes up. So like, let's just say someone's in Chino and they're like, you know, real estate agent. Because I have gotten people because I always ask, how did you get my number? And they're like, oh, I Googled it. And it showed that there was, you know, you're with Remax right here, right down the street from my house. So yes, you definitely want to, you know, put, you know, your name. I use Sonia Real Estate Broker, and the reason I use Sonia Real Estate Broker is because for those of you that know me, I was married before, and I learned that you just, in life, you never know what it's going to throw at you. So I said, I'm just going to use Sonia Real Estate Broker, so that way I don't ever have to change it again, because rebranding again was a mess and I didn't like it. So I figured I would stick to that and I would never have that problem again. So when you Google me, it's Sonia Real Estate Broker. Everything is Sonia Real Estate Broker, if you notice that. So, and that's another thing, keep it consistent. So whatever it may be, whatever your name is, keep it consistent. So that way you don't ever have to worry about it changing, because it's important, you know, that you keep everything is flush and always the same.
And
Okay.
then do you accept almost everyone that asks you for a friend, or because that's usually an issue, or on a personal versus business account?
If I have a personal and there's certain things that I don't want to share with people, of course it's going to be private, and I'm only going to accept, you know, who I want, you know, to view those things. And now you could even do groups. So I mean, if you have the time, you can actually go in and say, and actually I had one of my associates that works with me, she actually did this, where she went through all my Facebook friends and she put them in groups. So she put agents, realtor, or not realtor, same thing, lenders, title, clients, you know, leads or whatever, what have you, all the different people that are in there. She grouped them for me. So if I ever did a post or if I did something and I wanted to exclude certain people, I could do that as well. If I just wanted my family to see it, then I can just do it and just my family sees it, or my friends. So you can create, I mean, if you really are like, gosh, I want to be able to show certain things, but I don't want everyone to see it, you can, but you just have to take the time to create those groups. And you can do the same thing on Instagram. They have where you can create groups as well. So you can do the same. It's called close friends, I think. So you can do the same thing. Again, it's just
Okay.
depending on what you want to post. More, do you have another question?
No more.
No more, okay. Thank you. That has helped me a lot. So let me go here really quick because I want to show you guys again. I want to go back to my, and if you guys I started my YouTube channel a long time ago. We were laughing, me and Jessica, because I have videos from like 9 years ago, back in the day, and people used to tell me I was going to kill myself because I used to make them while I was driving, which I know, but I was very careful too. But yeah, I know it's not me that you guys are worried about. It's everyone else that doesn't know how to drive. I get it. But we were laughing because the videos are so old. But again, so stuff is still relevant. Like, it's still relevant. So it's important to definitely post as much as, you know, as you can. So if I go here really quick, just to show you back to my Instagram page, like you were saying, this takes time too. I had my daughter actually do this for me. Again, you'd be surprised what our teenagers can do for us if we ask. So she created these highlights for me. And so like I said, each time, you know, you click on it, then it gives you different information on it. But if I go back to, like I was saying, to my link tree, then this here takes me to the different sites. So like, let's just say someone's interested in you know, they like to do stuff on Pinterest, or they like to do, you know, they want to see what I have on my YouTube. We're also you could create libraries, which is pretty nice. So this is what my YouTube, hold on. So when they come on, this is my first video, obviously, that shows. And then we have different you can go
Playlist.
here to the playlist. Yeah, I'm like, what's the word I'm looking for? So you go to the different playlists, and then you can categorize all of your, you know, whether it's your listings, your trainings, your, you know, just your different things. And so if you go click here, it takes you down to, you know, the different things. So this is our good morning vibe segments, you know, my listings that we have. You can click on those, and these are just different trainings. This is our client appreciation parties. We do video. We've been trying to video them so that way people can see them as well. So again, it just shows people who you are, and again, making sure that all your links are active. So if you notice up here as well, my links are here. So if they want to go back to my LinkedIn or to my Facebook or to my Twitter, they can just simply click on that, and then it'll take them right back, and then they'll be able to do that. So we're trying to grow the page too.
I have a
Yeah.
question, Sonia,
Yeah.
about the YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you recommend uploading all of the videos and having everything on YouTube?
Yes, I do. Have a library. Yeah, I do.
Isn't YouTube, because somebody told me YouTube is more for like instructional videos. So you just,
No.
and like having somebody, let's say, you know, all the company videos that we do and everything, you would recommend uploading all of those to?
I would.
Okay.
I would categorize them, and, you know, and so that way if people are looking for something, you know, specific, like if it has to relate to title or lending or, you know, social media, so that way they know what library to go in, I would definitely do that, because otherwise you're going to have a, you know, this long list, and they're not going to go through everything. So I think
So you
making
can categorize it.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that people have asked her during, like, when we're doing trainings or stuff like that, like, oh, I wish I would have seen your Photify one, or I wish I would have tuned into this one, or, you know, oh, I missed it, or something like that. And we send them the link from her YouTube, like, oh, don't worry, it's right on here. And people
Yeah.
have watched it. She has people that have watched it and have commented on some of them. Not
Those
a
are all the
whole lot,
training
because-
videos?
Yes, I'm working on uploading all of them, so not all of them are up there, but the ones that I have uploaded, there's views and there's comments on it. So, you know, it shows that, you know, we're doing something right here.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's very
You just have to
good.
share. You have to share, and you have to share, and everything takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. You know, that's why a lot of us times we get discouraged, because we're like, man, we only have one like, or we only have one person. But you know what? It takes, like they said, they didn't build, you know, whatever the saying is, Rome in a day or whatever, but it's like, it takes time, you know, everything, it takes time and takes effort. So that's the thing. But it's about being consistent. And that's why I was telling her, like, I haven't really worked on my YouTube since like 8 or 9 years ago. So here we are again, starting, you know, putting the effort back into it. But this time I want to do it better, because now I have more content to provide. So we just want to be consistent. So I think being consistent, you're going to see the results. It's when you're not consistent, there's no results. So, but I think it's a good idea, Jennifer. I really, really do. We could do like a Remax page, and I think it would be good.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you, Sonia.
And
You're
then there's
welcome.
some questions.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead.
what would you recommend to a newer agent in regards to content for all of these platforms?
For a newer agent, I recommend you definitely do work with what you have. So what I would do, and we have an agent, I don't know if she's on the call or not, Vanessa in the office, who is actually asking for reviews from people that she works with, you know, local realtors, just to say, you know, she's great to work with. So I think that that's an idea, just to get a couple, you know, reviews on your page, just so you have something on there. But I think I would definitely make sure the first thing you do is take a professional picture. You know, there's no, you're going to get that money back. I mean, you'll get it back, but you have to invest in yourself. So definitely you want to, you know, make your profile look nice. And even though you don't have the years experience, I mean, you can talk about what it is that you enjoy doing. I know when I first got into real estate, obviously I didn't have experience, but why did you get into real estate? You know, I got into real estate because, you know, of what it offered and what I was able to do. So I think if you speak about that, and then as you do a transaction, then of course, you know, things are going to change. But you definitely want, and even more so, I think you're going to have to really be active to provide, you know, different types of content as well as why. And again, you don't want to say, oh, I'm a new agent, so bear with me. You know, you don't want to do that. You know, you want to come off as a professional. So again, having all your sites uploaded, you can do videos on YouTube and create a channel without having transactions. You can go and video different communities. You can do new homes. You can even go into current homes. If let's say you're trying to market Chino, then you would just, every time a home gets listed in Chino, go to that house, you know, do market updates of that city. They don't know, you know, they only know what you share. And if you're not sharing anything, then they think, oh, this girl doesn't have business. You know, this girl is not relevant. So again, make sure that you're showing them, even if it's not your listing, it's okay. You know, this home was just listed yesterday. We're at Remax, we have tons of listings, you know, and I'm sure if you talk to the agents and say, hey, you know what, you have a vacant listing, do you mind if I go and do a walkthrough of it? I want to do a video. We as listing agents get paid regardless. So we don't care if you go and do that. If that's what you want to do it. But again, be consistent about it. Don't do it 1 week and then, oh, no one called me or nothing happened, so I'm not going to do it again. You have to be consistent with it. So, you know, over time.
And then Linktree, can you elaborate on that? It was a great link to estimate a property. That was from Cloud CMA, right?
So Linktree is actually, no, Cloud CMA is something else. So Linktree and Cloud CMA are different. So the purpose of Linktree is it helps optimize website traffic. So it's a link that connects your followers to multiple destinations. So it's $6 a month. They do have a free version, but it limits you with the amount of links and the amount of stuff you can do. So I pay, it's $6 a month. It's not expensive. And so what it does is you can put that link anywhere. It's just not on Instagram. You can put it on your, you can embed it on in your website. You can put it on, you can even put it on Facebook, you know, in your profile. You can put it on your signature page of your emails. You can put it anywhere. So, but a lot of people use it for Instagram. But the point of it is it allows you to send traffic to different areas. So if you have a different website, or if you have, you know, another landing page, because other people have landing pages that they pay for, if you have those, then you can send it to wherever you want. So that's the purpose of Linktree. But the landing page for Cloud CMA, that is through Cloud CMA, and basically what it is as a MLS user, everybody is given a free link, and that link goes, you know, you can put that there as a website. You can put it on Facebook. I know some of the agents have done that. You can put it in different places, and basically what it is if someone goes in there, it's a lead generation source. So if someone goes in there and says, yeah, I want to know what my property's valued, then they put in the address, and then you get notified, hey, Mr. Smith at 123 Apple Street wants to know the value of his property. They automatically get a CMA. It gets sent to them in seconds. So you don't have to do anything. It's all automatic. They get it. But the nice thing is it's kind of like an overall picture. So it doesn't mean that it's 100% accurate. So at that point, it gives you the opportunity to engage now. So now you can reach out whichever way you feel most comfortable. You can, you know, text them, call them, email them, or deliver something to their door. But you can just let them know, I saw that you were looking for, you know, the value of your property. You know, here's a more accurate, you know, estimate or whatever. If you have any questions, let me know, or whatever your, you know, the way you follow up is. But that's the purpose of that. It's a lead. It tracks the leads if anybody goes in there and asks for their value.
Thank you. That was all.
You're welcome. Okay. You're welcome. So with that said, and I hope I answered your questions, and I hope you guys are excited. If you guys need help writing bios, I mean, I said I can, you know, I recommend that you guys look at others and stuff like that. But right now, what I really, really want you to do, and honestly, this is for you. You know, you need to update your photos if they're not updated. You know, update your photos, update your branding. Now, this picture of me here, we actually did like a field trip is what I called it. So I told the girls in the office, we're going to have a field trip day. We're going to go to a vacant property that's staged, and we're just going to take a bunch of different pictures so we could use them for different marketing. So that's kind of what we did. We did them off our iPhones. We didn't do anything special, you know, or anything at all. So it's just time. And I think we were gone for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. It was a house right around the corner from our office, so we didn't go far, and we had a great time. So, and it actually pushed a lot of us to do professional, you know, shots, and also to do more video, because we saw, you know, that we wanted to be fresh, the content to be fresh and nice and appealing. So again, your photos and your branding are important. To review all your profiles, go through them, and like I said, if you guys want me to go over where you should have your profiles again, I'll be happy to send that to you guys. But make sure that they are updated, and that they're completed, all the links work, everything, you know, and then link your profiles together if you can, like I said, to go from one to another. If you're able to do that, get reviews. If you don't have anything, get reviews. Even if you didn't sell a home, but you were working with someone, and like, let's just say they said, you know what, we can't buy right now because XYZ reason, but it was nothing personal, or was, you know, things happen, or even selling a home, things happen. You can even ask those people for reviews. You know what, review, if you can just say, you know what, I had hired Sonia to sell my home, and she was great, her marketing worked, and this happened. And, you know, I would definitely use her again. They don't need to say, no, I didn't do this, and tell their whole life story, but they could say, you know what, she is someone I would definitely call again, you know, and that's good. So there's different ways to get, you know, different reviews. Make sure you stay active on all your sites. And that's why I'm saying it's important to link them as much as possible. So that way you're doing one thing and you're not doing so many things. And don't forget to smile. Number one, smile, smile. And I have a true story to share with you really quick. I have a client that I met probably 7 years ago. I want to say 8 years ago. Gosh, time flies. So, you know, I forget how long. But when I finally got her into escrow, you know, she called me. She was a lead offline, and she found me on Zillow, I think. And so I was showing her properties for a few months, and then, you know, she found the right home. And when we got her offer accepted, she says, you know, Sonia, I want to tell you a story. And I said, yeah. And she says, you know, that I was looking through profiles to find the right agent to work with. Like, who am I going to trust? Who am I going to trust? And this is why I tell you your picture's so important, not to have a picture of you just like, hey, you know, selfie or whatever. And she said, I clicked on your photo and I zoomed in on your face, and I was just staring at you and just like staring at you. And she says, I like, seriously, your picture was like here, and I was just staring at you. And she says, and your smile just, you know, it just caught me. And I just thought to myself, you know what, I have to call this person. So I laugh. I think it's funny, but it's so true. Smile, always smile. You never know. And doesn't mean you're flirting, you know, it's just you're being nice. So just, you know, lend that smile, and it goes a long way. Just if it's a husband and wife, smile at the wife, not the husband. Okay. So does anybody have any other questions?
I have one question. I have only one
Okay.
quick question. Do you recommend on a personal Instagram page linking what you post on Instagram to Facebook?
If it's, you know, if it's tasteful and stuff, I mean, I do. I have mine Instagram, but you can also tell it, like, if let's say you post, let's say for instance, you only have, you know, 20 friends on Instagram because it's your personal page and you don't want to share it. But let's say you're doing something that you do want to share, you can opt, you know, to include it or not. So that's the beauty of it. So you can. If everything that you're posting you don't mind sharing, like on my personal, I just do a lot of motivational stuff. That's kind of what my personal is more about. So I do share it on Facebook, on my personal. So that's kind of what it is more
But
about.
it's like the same. It's the same if you post it on Instagram and then also Facebook. It doesn't affect any of the like the sites or the way that it's posted or viewings or anything like that. It's just doing twice the work basically for posting it on one site.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
I was just always wondering that. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So again, if you guys have any questions, you know how to reach me. You can always reach out to me. I know you guys got to get going. It's already after. So I hope that you guys learned something and you're able to put it to use. That's the main goal, is to execute. So have a beautiful day, and we will see you guys all soon.
Bye, you guys.
Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Good
bye-bye.
stuff. Bye-bye.